Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be testing out a bunch of my Westman Atelier products. I have quite a few products here. I did get a foundation, so I purchased the foundation through Sephora. I had to wait for it. It took forever to get here, but it is the Westman Atelier Vital Skin Foundation Stick. This is in the shade Atelier 7, I think it is. So that's what the packaging looks like. Again, I just received this, so I wanted to go ahead and do this video for you guys, but this is the packaging. It's the same kind of packaging as her blush sticks and her bronzer, and that is the shade right there. Now the shade might be a little bit light for me because I did get back from vacation and I got a little bit darker, but we're still gonna play around with it. I'll go ahead and do some bronzing and hopefully it'll work out for me. But either way, I am excited to try this brand. I've never tried anything from their brand, so I'm super excited to try it today for you. So before we get into it, if you're new here, please subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up if you like this type of video. So let's go ahead and get right into applying these products. All right, so I'm gonna go in with my Tatcha primer, and I'm gonna use this all over the perimeter of my skin. And then I'm going to go in with my MAC mattifying primer and my Hard Candy smoothing primer. I'm going to use both of these. Okay, so I am going to go in with foundation first, only because I'm not going to do anything really bold on my eyes. I'm going to go ahead and twist it up a little bit, and then I'm going to just place it on my skin. Now I'm going to use a brush with this because I like to use a brush with stick foundations. I just feel like it's a lot easier. So I'm just going to put one layer. I'm going to go in with my BK Beauty brush in 101. I'm just going to press that into the skin. All right, that's one layer, and the shade is not too bad. It is, like I said, a bit light because my neck is dark, but it's not like as bad as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be way lighter. All right, let's go ahead and do a second application. And I like doing these like pressing, kind of like mini strokes. Just kind of maybe blend it, like doing these like little pressing motions. Oh, this is really pretty on the skin. It has a very soft finish. I wouldn't say it's like a glowy finish. I think the glow is from my skincare. I would say that it's more of like a soft finish. Really beautiful on the skin. Very natural looking. Okay, because I like the look of a full coverage foundation, I'm gonna go ahead and go in with just a little bit more, just on those areas where I feel like I need it most, which of course is right here where my hyperpigmentation is. A little bit more on my nose, not any more on my forehead. I think my forehead looks fine. Maybe a little bit more on the bottoms of my cheekbones, and just pressing that in again. It's not gonna give me like super full coverage, but I think with this third layer, it's giving me a really beautiful, almost full coverage. You see that? I'm gonna bring a little bit down my chin. Let's go ahead and start with the other cream products. I do have this little kit here. It comes with a bronzer, a highlighter, and a blush. I think I'm just gonna use the bronzer, and I might use the highlighter from here. I definitely wanna go with the bronzer, but I do have another cheek color here, which is called Beshette. So I think I'm gonna go in with Beshette because I really wanna try this shade. The other one I have is this one. I think it's called Dou, or D-O-U, D-O-U. That's another beautiful one. This one's of course a little bit lighter than Beshette, and then of course the highlighter in that little trio is this one here. So I think I'm going to try the highlighter too, the cream highlighter, because I have a powder bronzer and a powder highlighter that I want to use. So let's go ahead and go with the bronzer. I did mess up this bronzer, guys, because I did not like turn it back down, so it kind of went on the top, but I am going to get what's in the top because I don't want to waste it. I am going to go in with this Sonia G brush. This is the mini base brush. It fits right into that cap, so I'm just going to take what's in there. I'm going to take a little bit from the top here. There wasn't a lot in the cap, so that's why I'm going in on the top of this. Actually, before I go in with that bronzer, guys, I'm going to go in with my Tarte Shape Tape. I'm sorry, I should have done this way before, so I'm going to go in real quick and then I'll come back and we'll do the bronzer. All right, so I went ahead and put on my Tarte Shape Tape. I also went and put on my Anastasia concealer. This is in the shade number 10. Go ahead and apply this bronzer. I'm just kind of stippling it on my cheeks. Now this is the truffle one, so it's a lot darker, which I kind of like better because I can just kind of blend it out. But it's going on really beautifully on top of the foundation. That's really pretty. Now it does have more of like a reddish tone to it, which I honestly don't mind. It's really pretty on the skin, and I like that it doesn't like look gray on me. So I don't mind a little bit of red tone. That's the bronzer right there, just really beautiful. I am gonna put some on my forehead. And I am gonna go in a little bit on my chin, not too much, just a little bit, carve that chin out. So far, so good. So I'm gonna go in with the highlighter in Nectar. And the way I like to apply this is just with my finger. I'm just going to take a little bit off the top, press it onto the cheeks. Oh, my hair's sticking to that bronzer. Now this highlighter is very, very subtle. Still really pretty and glowy, but it's really subtle. It's more like a glow than a highlighter. Now I'm gonna set my skin with my Bare Minerals Original Powder. This is the Original Mineral Veil Press Powder, and this is in Sheer Tan. I'm gonna use my brush from Hourglass. That set the foundation really beautifully. I love the way that looks. Now we're gonna go in with the powder products. If you guys didn't see my Sephora haul, they do come in these little pouches, which are really cute. The bronzer comes in this one, and the highlighter comes in this one. All right, so now we're gonna go in with the bronzer. This is such beautiful packaging. It's very weighted packaging as well, but that's the bronzer there. So I'm gonna go ahead and bronze up my skin. I am gonna use the other side of this brush. Just going to run that over where I put the cream bronzer. Again, this bronzer is beautiful on the skin. It has a little bit of a reddish tone. Looks really nice. Kind of gives me like that sun-kissed, but with a little bit of like redness, like sunburn. I don't want to say sunburn because sunburn's not good, but kind of like that sun-kissed look, but maybe where you're flushed, you know, that type of look. Yeah, sunburn's not a good way to put it because nobody wants to be sunburned, but I think this one looks really beautiful on the skin. It's got this really beautiful finish, kind of a little bit of glow to it, but not too much glow. So I'm just gonna put some on my chin. Now I will say that it looked like it took a little bit of the foundation off, which is okay because I can always like pat that area in with this brush that I have a little bit of foundation on. It gives me a little bit more coverage. So yeah, it did look like it kind of took off a little bit of foundation, but not much. Foundation still looks good. Now I'm gonna go into the highlighter, and this is the highlighter. This is the packaging. That's the highlighter right there. That is it right there. It's a beautiful like peachy shade. This feels like a cream to powder product. I'm gonna go in with this Real Techniques brush, see if it'll pick up some of that product. Yeah, it does, see? And then I'm just going to press that onto my cheek. And as you can see, it is very, very glowy and just beautiful on the skin. It doesn't emphasize texture. It's just really pretty. All right, so now that we've got that down, I'm gonna go in with my Beshette Blush. This is the shade here. What I like to do with the blushes is I like to warm them up like on the back of my hand. And then what I like to do is take a brush. I am gonna go in with the Sonia G Classic Base Brush. I just kind of swirl it around, and then I just like to press it onto my cheeks. Oh, that's pretty. I love this shade. It's like a beautiful kind of rosy brown type shade. I like to put a little bit on the apples of my cheeks. I had a subscriber one time tell me that she thought that it would be good if I put a little bit on the apples of my cheeks. She gave me a compliment on my cheekbones, and so I told her that I would do it. I can't remember her name, but if you are still watching, thank you so much for that idea, because I feel like it kind of just lifts my cheekbones and it adds like a little bit of color on the front of my face. It just doesn't look like I have blush like right here. So I appreciate you giving me that advice. I'm going to set this. I'm going to set it with a powder that I've really been loving, and it's the Nyx Powder. This is the Nyx Can't Stop Won't Stop powder. Now this has a lot more coverage than the Bare Minerals. The Bare Minerals is very sheer. So I'm going to go in with that brush that I use with the Bare Minerals, but I'm going to use this mainly to set this area. Add a little bit more coverage coverage to that area, maybe to the center of my face where I get oily, and just kind of set all of that. So this is what it looks like. Again, you can see a little bit of my melasma here. Even though I put the Tarte Shape Tape, I feel like that bronzer powder might have just swept some of the makeup off. Now, what I think I'm gonna do, instead of putting the cream products on my foundation, that I would go ahead and powder and then apply my cream products. I feel like when I set everything, like my foundation and my Tarte Shape Tape, and then I put the cream products on top of powder, I feel like I get a little bit more coverage that way than when I do it this way. I'll try it that way the next time that I apply these products, and I'll let you guys know in the description box below how that worked out, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna look a lot better. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and put some eyeshadow, my eyebrows, do all that good stuff, put some gloss on, and then I'll come back and we'll talk about these products. All right guys, so I wanna tell you guys what I did when I went off camera. I did go in with a little bit more like foundation here. So I put a little bit more foundation and then I dabbed it in with my brush. I just kind of pressed it in. And then after I did that, I added some powder, the NYX powder, and then I went back in with the Beshette cream blush. I really feel like the blush went on the powder really nicely. I do love the way it looks now. I feel like I have a little bit more coverage. So yeah, that's what I did. I went ahead and put a little bit more blush on the tops of my cheeks. I added some lip gloss, lip liner, and I did my eyebrows. So let's go over these products really quickly. I am gonna say so far, I love the foundation. I think the foundation looks super beautiful on the skin. It has that really very like natural look to it, which I absolutely love. I love that it looks very natural. It doesn't look cakey. It's not drying on the skin. It has a very, very slight glow, but I would say it has more of that natural glow, not like that really like dewy look. But I love that. I really do love the way that it came off on the skin, and it blended really well with the brush. I don't know about using it with the sponge. I feel like I have more control with it if I use a brush. So yeah, you can try it with a sponge, but for me, I think a brush works better. So for the Beshette blush, I think the blush is gorgeous. It is such a beautiful shade, especially for the fall and winter months. You could also go into spring with this. You would just have to sheer it out a little bit because it is a little bit darker than the other blush that I have. And then the other blush that I have, I didn't get to use today, but it is a beautiful blush. It's more of like a springy type blush. It has that pink mauve tone, but that's the shade right there. Just really pretty, bright pink kind of mauve shade. I think you could use this too in the fall and winter. You could probably put a little bit more on to have more of like that darker look. So yeah, honestly, I think this could be used like year round. So for the bronzers, the cream bronzer and the powder bronzer do have a little bit of like that red undertone, which I honestly don't mind. I don't like it too red, and these products really don't give off like a very deep red. It just gives off like a really nice red undertone. So I do love both of these products. I think they went on very well. So far, the cream products are phenomenal in this brand, and the powder products work just as beautiful. So I do love both of these. I think they went on really nice, very beautiful on the skin. I think Truffle's a good shade for me. Had I gone with the lighter one, I don't think it would have really showed up on my skin. So yeah, I'm glad I got Truffle. And then for the highlighter, I did it again, guys. I smushed the top, which is not good. I don't know how I did that because I thought I like twisted it all the way down. Either way, the highlighter is a beautiful highlighter. I will say that this is not a very like, I don't know, it's not a very shimmery or brighter highlighter. It's more of like a glow. That's what it gives off. And I do like that because I'm really finding that I like a lot of those glowy highlighter products. And this one does just that. As you can see, it's very sheer, very, very sheer, but very glowy. And I think it looked beautiful on the cheekbones. But the powder highlighter was my favorite. It is just so stinking gorgeous on the cheeks. And as you can see, it's on top of that sheer glow highlighter. And look at it. It just gives off a beautiful, beautiful sheen. Very nice and glowy, not too bright, not glittery. And I love that about this. The formula feels creamy, but it comes off kind of like a powder. It's kind of weird. I don't know how to explain it. It's just creamy and it comes off on a powder. So like cream to powder product, I guess. goodness. So that's it for these Westman Atelier products. I love them all. I'm keeping all of them. I'm gonna continue to look into her line to see what other products I can try out. Of course, her brand is a lot more expensive than most, but I really do think you're getting good quality products and packaging for the price. A lot of times makeup companies will put out a product and the packaging will be gorgeous, but the product is horrible. In this case, they're very well packaged and they're good products as well. But yeah, I am going to have to check out some of her other products. Maybe when spring sale comes during, I think, April with Sephora, then maybe I'll pick up a few other products. But so far, these products are phenomenal. They're so good, guys. If you haven't tried Westman Atelier and you're looking for products that look more natural on the skin, that give a really beautiful soft look to the skin, then I would definitely try out Westman Atelier. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love doing it. I'm so glad I finally got to try these products, and I'm going to be trying out more new products as the month goes on. So I hope to see you guys in the next video. Take care, and we will see you soon.